Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Gamingnight. Today we're going to be talking about another awesome board game in my collection, and this game is Shadowhunters. In Shadowhunters, you will play either a neutral character, Shadow, or a Hunter, and you're randomly dealt these cards, and you make a deck of these players, and then the rest are put away in the box so you don't know who each other one is. This is the game board. It's pretty bland, and then these are the hit point tracks. So the only way you know what someone is if you kill the werewolf, his hit points can only go up to here. He's got 14 hit points, and as you start doing damage, you'll gradually figure out who the players are through doing damage. There are other ways you can find out what team a character is on before having to kill them. There's hermit cards. You give it to someone. It says I bet your hit points is 11 or less. If so, you receive 1 damage, and you can slowly, by process of elimination, giving these cards out. It says, I bet you are a hunter, and then you read that out, and if all they can say is yes or no, that didn't affect them, or if it did affect them, apply the damage to their character, or get an item, or whatever it tells you, the hermit cards. And then you have the item cards, the white item cards. These are like helpful equipment that will actually help you. There's also something that could hurt you, like the mirror. If you're a werewolf or a vampire, you must reveal your identity. So drawing these cards could be a blessing or a curse sometimes. But then there's the first aid that will heal you. Then there's the weapons like machine guns that help you do more damage. Then there's some weird ones in here, like the banana. It says, give one of your equipment cards to another character. If you had no equipment cards, you receive 1 point of damage. So you get a banana, and it's whoops. And there's this item here. And then you have the locations on the board. They're a set amount of items. They're randomly put on the board, but so the location number to get it is always going to be the same. Like that's a 6, 4, or 5 for the underwater gate. The altar is a 10. Weird woods, you need to roll 9 on the dice. And then the cemetery is 8. You have the 6 and a 4-sided dice, and then like I said, your identity is kept hidden from everyone else. You only have these little markers that are on that go on the board, and you have this little thing where you place your character face down, which I will get to the characters now. And this is what makes the game very interesting, because you never have the same set of characters in the game ever. You can have Ally, you can have the vampire in your group, but you're basically going to have a certain amount of players, so many neutral characters, so many hunters, and so many shadows based on the number of players you have. This works best with larger groups. If you play with 4 players, then you're 2 hunters and 2 shadows. It's always good to be like play with maybe 5 or more. Is the 8th the best. 8 or more. I think it goes up to 8. I believe it goes up to 8 players. Up to 8, yeah. If you play at 8, it's awesome. Then there's Fuka here. She's a hunter. Her win condition is all the shadow hunters are dead. Let me see if I can. And then you got these neutral characters here. So yeah, you're basically making a deck of these characters. So if you have Agnes in here, you won't have the other A character in here either. So you have one of the, there's like some of the letters are in the game. So you can have Agnes or you can have Ally on the game. So you're going to have like a couple or a few characters of each letter type, and you just have to kind of randomly make a deck and put the ones that you're not using away so no one knows which ones they are. I got the expansion for it, which was just a small little deck of cards with new characters like Bob. think Bob was in one of them. Oh, Ultra Soul is in there as one of the characters in the unknown. Yeah. So yeah, there's like a little mini expansion for it, but it's by Z-Man Games and it's a lot of fun. It comes out. We brought it out usually with a group party. It seems a lot of light. It's not a very difficult game to really teach somebody how to play, because you basically just say, okay, here's your identity. This is what you are, and if you're given a card that says if you're a hunter, and if you're a hunter, you follow that, but you don't tell somebody you are. You just look at the card and then put it away so no one else can see it, because no one else is supposed to know what the question is. A hermit card that you gave the other player. And then as you gradually go, like at first you're pecking each other off, going, okay, I hope I'm hitting the person that's not on my team right now, so eliminate them. But at the same time, you're like, okay, dude, I know this person's on my team, but they're pecking me, and it's like, oh crap. So you kind of try to have to communicate without giving away what your identity is, because once one team realizes what everyone is, that they will start killing each other off. So you're trying to do everything you can to keep your identity hidden, while knowing everybody else's identities, so you can accomplish your goals or help your team accomplish the goals. So it's a lot of teamwork, but you really don't know who everyone is. It's like is on your team and who's not. It's a lot of deductioning and reasoning to figure out all these, different cards. It's like, okay, you make all these mental notes, and then, but then there's characters in it that break the rules. Like they can be any one. They can change their mind. They can say, okay, I'm a hunter now. Next turn, I'm a shadow player. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy said he was a. I gave him that card that says a hunter, but he didn't take damage if it was a hunter, so he's got to be a shadow. And then you're thinking, okay, they're on your team, and really they're not. They're like one of the neutral characters. So you're trying to help. You end up helping that person win the game. So there's different ways of winning. It's either you're a neutral character. You really got these really weird oddball like win conditions that make it interesting, and then. So it's a lot of flavor in the game. You're going, okay, and then pick, when you roll the dice, when you roll a 7, you can pick any location on the board that you want to go to, as long as you haven't been on that, as long as you're not on that. You always got to move to a new spot. And then you do what the thing says. You say, okay, you may draw a hermit card, or you may get an item card. You may heal yourself, or you may damage this player if you choose to, and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. It's interesting to see how the game unfolds as time goes by, because you're slowly getting information, but sometimes you get the information a little too late and you die and you're out of the game, and it's like, oh crap, and you just flip up and say, yeah, I was on your team, you dumb butt, and all this stuff, and it's like I'm sorry, and it's like it's already been done, the damage, and everyone else knows that you just help the other players win, and then the team's like, okay, we got one of them down, we know where the other ones are at now, and we just start taking them down. So you want to try to get the information as soon as you can, but it's not always that easy to. So anyways, that's Shadowhunters by Z-Man Games. And if you like games with a little bit of chaos to it, with a little bit of hidden identity role type games, it's kind of almost got like a game like Werewolf kind of feel to it, where people are there's that role, but you're always not too sure if you're making the right choices. But it's got a little bit more strategy in it, because giving those cards to the right players will help you get the information you need to make the right decisions later in the game. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.